This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined again by Uli Selbach, the Business Unit Director of Maritime and Technology Affairs, to discuss the much anticipated return of the SMM exhibition in Hamburg, Germany, September 2022. Uli, first and foremost, we appreciate having you. This obviously has been a tumultuous 2+ years for all exhibitions due to COVID. To start us off, can you give us a by the numbers look at your expectations for the SMM 2022 in Hamburg, comparing it in size and scope to the last time the show that was held live?
Sure. First of all, Greg, thank you very much for having me here. It's always a pleasure to speak with the Maritime reporter. And well, actually, you can see me smiling because the reality is better than what we expected. So I think we're going to have the size of 90% of SMM 90, and that is really a big success at the last steps. But now it's over again. But the rest of the 11 halls that we have will be almost fully booked. So visitors, exhibitors can expect the SMM almost like as usual.
Okay.
And what we also can see is an increase of international exhibitors coming, and there are some markets stronger than others. Definitely, we have less Chinese exhibitors, to be fair, because the travel restrictions are still like they are. But they are here. I mean, we got several companies also from China. But the rest of the world, if it's from Korea, Japan, Turkey, the US, everywhere from all the important European maritime market, they are present at SMM.
Okay. And again, Uli, I appreciate that recap. So, the SMM in Hamburg has always been regarded as one of the, if not the #1 trade fair in the world for the maritime space. Looking back at the past 2 years, what have been the efforts and the biggest challenges to keeping that SMM brand vibrant?
Well, it really was a challenging time, and I hope very much it will not repeat itself. I mean, first of all, we tried to keep with SMM in September 20. Then we decided to postpone it to February 21. Then we had to decide to do it purely digital, and I'm very glad that we did this digital part, that we only focused also on the conference stream and the open stream, and that was really fantastic. So we had an own TV studio here in Hamburg, and we did those streams and with everything about it, and we had many participants from all over the world. So actually we had more digital participants watching our conferences than we have participants in real time at SMM. And then afterwards, we opened up all that content to our users on the website, and so people came back again and watched this session or that session. So I think that helped very much to keep the SMM brand alive also in the odd year.
So when you look comparing the previous SMMs, how will the 2022 event look the most same, and how will it look most different?
Well, you can expect again that we're going to have a clear product separation. So you have the propulsion in the A halls, you have compressors in hall A2, you got the shipyards in hall B3 and B4. So visitors can expect that they roughly find their customers, their suppliers there where they have been looking for them in the past years. So that's still there. And what we have new is we are using again our routes, the theme routes, to find stands easier, and exhibitors can apply for this route if they do green shipping or if they're more on the digital way. So what we added one, which is the startup route, because that's one of the things that will change for 22. For the first time, we have specified startup areas. We try to put the startups in those halls where they thematically belong to, and we're going to have on Wednesday for the first time startup pitches and a startup night. So we're looking for that, and we have about, I would say, about 20 applications now for that. So they come from all over the world. So that's taking off. That's one thing. The other one, which is different from 18, is that we are offering more content for free for the visitors and exhibitors of SMM. So we decided to take out actually exhibition space, which we could have sold in those halls, and implemented 3 so-called transition stages. And we got 1 digital transition stage, 1 green transition stage, and the cruise and ferry stage. And they are based in different halls, and access is free for everyone. And we're going to have for the first time exhibitors who can use a so-called speaker slot as a speaker's corner and do a product presentation. But we have also various publishing houses or industry associations who are going to organize specified sessions on the stages. And then to get even more opportunity for networking, we are introducing also the so-called wine o'clocks. So at each of those 3 open stages on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening from 5 p.m. on, the drinks are on us. And so until 6:30, like the blue hour, people can meet, they can drink, they get maybe a little pretzel, and we have a DJ playing in the background. And we do this also because we are celebrating our 30th anniversary. So it's also a Dankeschön from us to you all out of there, that we are inviting everyone to those stages. We make it easier for the exhibitors to welcome their customers or people who are fresh leads to stay longer at their stand. So we have the official opening hours, but we decided to keep everyone longer on the fairground and make it easier for the exhibitors to do stand parties. And so until 7 o'clock, they just have to tell us, apply for it, but we won't charge them. So what we want to achieve is that as people are always so busy at SMM, we start a bit later at 10 o'clock. So you are fresh when you come there, but you can stay longer in the evening in the halls outside to keep on meeting people, to do special events on your stand.
So I know there are many. You've just tore through some of the highlights of the show, but if you had to limit your choices to just 3 or 4, what do you consider to be the top highlights for the SMM 2022?
Biggest highlight for the team and myself is that we are meeting again in person. And number 2 is that, I mean, the shipping industry is at the moment in such a spotlight. I mean, we all know that 90% of all the exchange and the goods transfer is being done by the merchant ship fleet, and we know the obstacles that are right now there, and we know how important shipping is to the world, and we all want to also reduce the emissions to meet the climate goals, and that's the really important role of SMM, and that's why we have also the leitmotif driving the maritime transition. It's also driving the maritime industry, maritime energy transition. Now I got it. And the technology is there, and all those 10,000s of engineers from all over the world who are at SMM are ready to deliver. And now it's important to discuss what kind of fuel actually is going to be used. What will be a bridge technology? How can we achieve a playing level field for all the ship owners who actually would like to invest, but then they feel, well, if I invest, the others don't, and I have a lower margin. And that's, I think, SMM comes at the right time in the right place. Then I would say the third thing is I'm looking forward to all of our conferences. So, I mean, we are starting already on the Monday prior to SMM with the Maritime Future Summit. And we have on Tuesday for the first time the opening and a kind of a political summit on Tuesday morning at the fairground with the official opening. We got the TradeWinds Ship Owners Forum. We got the Global Maritime Environmental Conference. We got the Maritime Security Defense Conference. We got the offshore dialogue and many more. So there is a lot of content with high-ranked speakers from all over the world happening. So yeah, And what I'm actually looking forward to is standing always on the first floor at the Skywalk on the Tuesday morning when the door opens and I can see people coming in. And I just hope everything will be fine until then. But I'm very positive, very optimistic.
Okay, well, as you know, personally, I've been coming to SMM since 1992, and you certainly historically have done an excellent job of bringing the maritime world together. So we're looking forward to it as well. Uli, obviously, COVID has now been here for a very long time. I look forward to the day when I don't have to talk about it anymore. But, there are still some challenges, some restrictions, particularly in China and Asia. And thrown into that also, there's a lot of geopolitical concern as well. But how do you envision these headliners impacting participation in the SMM from those regions?
Well, we don't know what's going to happen further in the Ukraine. It's also clear that we are following the sanctions, so we will not have any Russian exhibitors at SMM. Nothing personal against the Russian people, but there we are clear. We hope to expect visitors and exhibitors still from Ukraine to come here, but that's something we just have to see what's happening. Coming to China, we have a bunch of companies, also shipyards who are going to exhibit, but we cannot expect too many visitors from China, as the travel restrictions and the corona restrictions are still in place there. But what we can see, and I just saw that on a different show from my partners in Southern Europe, it was busy and people were there and they were traveling and it was without masks. So, and it worked well. What we will do, definitely, we will monitor the whole development and we're going to stick to the rules and we're going to do everything to protect to protect our customers and to protect ourselves.
As companies globally eye more closely their expenditures on any type of travel and exhibition, what do you count as the top compelling reasons for companies and their employees to make the trek to Hamburg in 2022?
But when you come on the trade fair, one part is that you actually can see people in person, you speak to them, and you get a better feeling for this person if you find the right foundation to work together and to do business together. And then you can, in those 4 days, when you are smart and when you prepare it well, you will have many business meetings at SMM. So I always like to quote one of our bigger exhibitors who says, well, being 4 days at SMM saves me more than 8 weeks of traveling somewhere. And so we bring it's very efficient bringing those people all together here.